I'm not sure we have that much talk left, but yeah.
No, welcome to this week's Half Pint, where we continue our chalkboard journey. Yes. I googled and I get a lot of chalkboard stock photos, background screensavers, whatnot. But it's not like if you're googling a mobile phone and they're like, here are all the phones that people want to sell you. It's not the same. The products tab on Google, it's underwhelming.
But the question is then, if you get blackboard paint, what should you use as a substrate to paint it on to get the best feeling? Because as you said, Phil, I mean, real blackboard is some kind of slate thingy. So how do you emulate that best? It's
Well,
just a
you
piece
you
of
just
rock.
make it into a separate thing with oak sidings and whatnot, and then I call it the $1 million chalkboard. Then you make a YouTube video out of it. But yeah, it needs to be. Of course, I would want those dual layer that you pull off, but my workshop isn't auditorium size, so I would struggle.
I'm just googling what the rolling chalkboards were made of.
While you do that, then I chalkboard paint, or maybe try the Norwegian. Yeah, I mean, 20 pounds for a liter. I mean, it's cheaper than a lot of other colors I've used. So,
Yeah. Just do your entire ceiling in the workshop, and then you can just write anywhere.
I mean, it could, but at this point, it would be the roof because I'm running out of. I have no
Yeah, that's the
space
ceiling.
left.
Not the walls, the ceiling.
Oh yeah, you said ceiling. All right, I thought the walls. All right, sorry.
No, wall space. That's you don't
English.
have walls. If you have wall space in your workshop, then you're
You have failed as a maker. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
You're not supposed to see the walls.
I did make a door in my old garage door, and that is poorly insulated. So I could put some insulation on it and then put a separate board outside of that again and make it. But then again, I have so much shit in front of that, so I couldn't get to write it. So
Yeah, maybe this is a thing for the new workshop.
yes,
You mean garage?
Ah, yes, of course.
yeah. That's if the wife is listening, just replace workshop with garage and continue. I've had fun this weekend though. I've started making workshop 3D model drawings for my garage, and I have an Excel list based on that with all the materials, and then I can go into the local hardware store and just punch in the latest prices and get a price out. I wish I didn't do that. I mean, it is. You can get from Sweden a kit garage with the same outer dimensions as mine, but it got a pointy roof instead of a flat roof, which gives you additional storage, steals a bit of the view from the bedroom window, but I had a chat with the wife. How often do we stand in the bedroom window and enjoy the view? So, and of course, the pointed roof will match the roof on the house as well, so it would look coherent. And that is a complete kit with the first layer of paint and everything is the same as just the materials cost of my build, and then I have to count in. And of course, Stian sent me a message that yeah, if you give us a head up, some makers might pop up for a day to do some erection of walls and whatnot when you're coming to that point. So that helps, but still, I don't think I'll able to design and build my own garage and make that cheaper than anything you can buy. And of course, I could justify it if it was going to be a workshop, because then I could do some smart solutions, because I know I need a welding corner here, so I could make something to put in to a heater and dust extraction integrated, but it still needs to function as a garage. And then it's hard to sell. If we at some time in the future, you should of course not think about this, but if you are building a workshop that is basically useless for a car, it's very hard when you're gonna sell it. So like, yeah, we have our building here. Is it a garage? Well, yes, it has a garage door, but if you look inside here, we have an opening for a bunker in the floor, and then you have a lowered roof here. You can't really get a car in, but it's very nice because I got integrated dust extraction system here for a small portable paint booth that you see here, which I will bring with me, of course. So you won't have that, but you will have the structure that is left behind. So, yeah. So for cost purposes, it's sad though. I got 20% left on the drawing, but it's kind of hard when you have the realization that I might just go for something store bought. What's the point in finishing the drawing?
Could you modify the store-bought thing to be more interesting?
Yeah, yes. Also, the reason it's cheaper, they're using thinner materials.
Yes.
And that is, it's reasonable. I mean, I'm using the dimensions that has been used in garages in Norway for millennia at this point, and I mean, they are sturdy. There is no hurricane that's gonna leave with them, and they don't need to be as sturdy. So of course, the newer one are built by architects and engineers to be just good enough, but nothing in excess. And of course, when I'm looking at the beams in the roof, yes, you have depending on where you're living in Norway, you have different rates for snow load that you need to be incorporating. And then, of course, I'm also thinking that, like, what if I need to put an engine in my car? Then how much force will that apply? So I'm beefing up some of the roof joists or whatever they're called to be able to hang stuff off it. And that, of course, drives up the price. I could scale down the materials, but then you have to think again, because a lot of this has been standardized in Norway. So if you use these dimensions, I don't have to model up and calculate the strength and load distribution on girders. You just go into a table. If you need a 5-meter beam, and this is the snow load, and you just go down, all right, I need something 300, and then you just punch that into a Excel sheet and you get the price out. So yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, there is a garage happening, I think, in the near future. At least I've talked to my digger guy to pop around to look of making the foundations and whatnot, and give me a price on that. So,
but you're not going to get the IKEA.
I mean, I wish IKEA built garages, but then I would hope it would be of those, because they have some items that are in decent quality and actually workmanship, where they have worked with separate designers and whatnot. But I didn't want their cardboard engineers to make a garage. That wouldn't work for me.
There was a project over here where IKEA were going to build a load of affordable housing, and sell them fully furnished with IKEA stuff, of course.
Of course.
And I think they got as far as buying the plot and clearing it and started to build, and then something happened and it all stopped. And there's just this row of IKEA houses somewhere in Bristol, partly built, No idea what's happening to them. So obviously some sort of private partnership went wrong, and the money dried up.
Yeah, if it's actually IKEA behind it, it's probably that they didn't get a lot of stuff for free, because that's general when they build a store or something like that. Yes, we want the municipality to give us the land, and they're supposed to clean off the land, and they're supposed to build all the roads and make all the things around it, because we bring so much joy and happiness that we shouldn't have to pay for anything.
Yeah.
So probably it's something like that, even for that, I would guess.
Oh, well. Something will happen. Maybe. Update on the substrates. Apparently chalkboards, modern chalkboards, good chalkboards, expensive chalkboards, are either melamine, or the really, really good ones are porcelain enamel.
Yeah, porcelain enamel sounds nice.
Yeah, when you mention that makes sense, because the texture on that before they put the glazing on. Yeah.
So if
that would be a project. I'm going to make a chalkboard from scratch in porcelain. I know people work with porcelain. Maybe.
And if you want to make a cheaper one, I mean, some kind of floor tiles should probably work good as a substrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit heavy perhaps to carry around, but
a black matte floor tile in the right size. Now it's popular now with the larger ones. They're probably like the A3 size, which is, I mean, I have a cutter somewhere, so it's easy to get it down to. Then I can get 4 A5 out of it. So, yeah.
Well, that's a good size to have on your to put up on the wall, and if you want to do some live sketching as well, just make a miniature school blackboard with a really small little ledge and a really, really small sponge.
And the even smaller kid misbehaving at the back who's getting a chalkboard rubber thrown at him.
Yeah, you should have a random voice box somewhere in your workshop where a kid just yells "wanker" to get the full teacher experience. Yeah. But I would say, though, if I were to guess, I mean, a small scale classroom chalkboard, it would fit better into your aesthetics, Phil, in some of your videos. I wouldn't bat an eye if that were in the background for some of your B-rolls.
I hate to bring you the harbinger of bad news. I already have a chalkboard in my
of course you do.
But it's not a small diorama style.
It's not a small diorama style, no. But there is a whole video about it.
Yeah, but you can do a version 2.
I could, but yeah, that would take months.
But I mean, at the same time, Phil is the one person who does not want to bring school home. So
no,
that's true. I'm just glad I'm learning this now, because you, as we have established in another episode, you have a bit of a backlog for me to catch up on. So yeah, now I have that on my list to watch after this recording.
I will send you a link.
Oh, thank you. That will, yeah, for God forbid I'm going to scroll through your videos and stumble over some other gem. So no, it's in the link.
Well, you'll see that, and then you'll see a whole load of associated content.
I need to, before I segue into the next thing, this is a bit of a derailing, but I logged on to YouTube today, and of course on the front page it suggests a lot of videos, but in one of the slots it just said new suggestions not usually offered to you. So they're now rolling out a feature where you could click on that and it will show you videos that's outside what the algorithm has gathered with you. So just a random videos of random things. And I like, finally. And I clicked on it and yep, I've seen that video and I've seen that video. So it feels like they're like, we give you the illusion of showing you something else, but it's based on your algorithm anyway. So and I probably have such a niche video segment I'm just clicking on. So still, if they're trying to, if you just keep right outside the edge of what he's usually looking at, we're still within the, but I'm onto them. So, but yes, back to IKEA wrecking ball. Someone mentioned that in a comment that you could weld them together and make a wrecking ball. I don't remember where, and it's many years ago. I talked to a guy who was into demolition, and we talked at length about techniques and explosives and whatnot. But of course, when we talk about demolition, when I was a kid, I really craved a machine. It's a toy. It's basically a crane on tracks with a wrecking ball. I think we all have the image of that, and like that has been my dream since I was a kid. A machine with a chain and a ball at the end. I'm guessing you, KJ, could understand here. And I talked to him, and he's like, "Yeah, we don't do that anymore. It's too unprecise and it's dangerous, and there was a lot of accidents and." But yes, you have a steel ball at the end of a chain. I mean, that is acceptable risk for the outcome of awesomeness. And then, of course, when somebody said it, I've been having Miley Cyrus's song "Wrecking Ball" on my brain for days, and it's not bad. I'm a fan of Miley Cyrus, and so it's been a joyous journey. But I have been looking at these two half domes. It's going to take a lot of time and effort to build an R2D2 or a Dalek, but I could weld them together in an afternoon and drill a hole on top and fill it with concrete, and then before the concrete sets, you just put a chain in and wait for a day, and you have a wrecking ball. The question is, though, I don't have anything that I wouldn't be able to lift it, obviously, not with my back, and then I could rent an excavator, but I really don't have anything on my yard that I would like to tear down. So it would be a feel-good build, but I would not be able to use it for its intended design. Is that correct? So
Yeah, just hang it up in the workshop and recreate that music video to the song you reference.
the image has crossed my mind, and then
It might go as viral as the one Ron Jeremy made.
yeah.
Wow. That would be quite the ocular spectacular, wouldn't it?
It would, and I mean, KJ, you have been in my workshop. Ceiling height is not one of my strong suits, so
Yeah.
where could I hang this ball to adequately do a magnificent intro or intro? Yeah,
I've got it. It's a great maker meetup. KJ, you've got to take one of your big lampposts to Norway to attach the wrecking ball to. Just stick it on the roof of the car. It's fine.
Yeah, I see no problem with this. No problem whatsoever.
I mean, a ball and a chain that's been used. I mean, you could do like the prison analogy, but then again, this is more of a practical joke. If I weld them together and I put like 8 or 10 studs on them, and then I just unfortunately this is stainless steel, so you have to work a bit to give it that rusty look, but I mean, I live close to Oslo. It's the most busy shipping lane. So if you make it look like a World War II mines, because there is a lot of them here that has still not been found. So if you make it and you just toss it into the sea and then you just wait for the local newspaper.
But desperately, what do you want to be in that newspaper again?
A school class on excursion. They were cleaning crap in the seaside somewhere, and they stumbled across this mine, and then the military got involved. And not when they start scraping. There's a QR code there behind the mistakes. I made a mine replica and just left it somewhere.
I mean, there you definitely have the open air art exhibition thing. Just have a sea mine washed up on the shore. That's a good installation.
Yeah.
Or take it even one step further and have your sea mine, and when they cut it open, there's a cat in there.
Full circle. That's beautiful.
Schrödingers wrecking ball.
Schrödingers sea mine. The cat might be alive, but now it sure is dead.
No, not.
You blow it up, and I'm like, yeah, guess we'll never know.
I don't think we can top that.
I think, yeah, this is the top of internet this week. So,
Well,
let's quit
go
while we're
that
ahead.
far, but let's limit it to our internet. There's a lot of competition out there.
I think our first episode was quite long, so let's have a nice choppy half pint.
An actual half pint. Wow.
Yeah,
That's a while.